Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2018 Grand North American Fiddle Championships in Radway, Alberta. You know, this is like a family reunion where you love your relatives. We're so glad to see everyone here. We all get along really nicely, and we're here for the same reason of enjoying fiddle music and supporting live music. And of course, we're excited today to see our juniors and right up to our seniors as far as today. So thanks for being here. We're going to get started very shortly. All right. Can I tell the audience what you're going to play? Yeah. You're going to play, I see the Log Driver's Waltz there. And is this one? Oh, it's called Liza Jane. Wonderful. So you go ahead and play your waltz and then the tune, and I'm going to go listen, and we're just going to enjoy your songs today. Thank you so much. Wonderful. All right. Well, our next contestant is Kaysen Hutsko. Let's have him come on up and give him a round of applause as he climbs those stairs. Good morning there, Kaysen. How old are you, before I forget?
9.
You're 9 years old. All right. So you don't have a learner's permit yet or anything like that. You're working on it, right? All right. Well, you're going to stand on that X there, and I see that you're going to play the Apple Blossom Waltz and Silver and Gold Two-Step. All right, it's all yours. I see that you're going to play the Peekaboo Waltz.
Yeah.
And you have Boil the Cabbage. Wow, good for you. So right underneath the mic there, and we're going to listen to your tunes. Thank you so much. Amira, thank you so much. Wonderfully done. So that's our three contestants in the junior class, and I'm sure we'll see all three of those come back. There's placings that they'll get to play again in the finals, what they call, because there's 5 places, so we could actually have 5 that are going to go on to the final. So obviously these 3 we're going to see later this afternoon. So let's give those 3 all a big round of applause. So I think without any further ado, let's get started with the junior class. And we're going to welcome Haley Concher up to the stage to begin. No, is it? Oh, you know what? I should be going from the top here, shouldn't I? I would go from Jackson Willier. Jackson, come on up. Wow, that was a false alarm, eh? All right, let's welcome Jackson. Jackson was here for the junior showcase yesterday. Thank you so much. And Jackson's 10 years old, lives in Edmonton. And your waltz is Jenny own a fiddle? Penny own a fiddle. There you go. That makes... And Cock of the North is your jig, and Dancing Bear is your reel. All right. Well, we're looking forward to this, Jackson. Thank you. Thank you, Jackson. I'll also have to be aware that I give the judges a minute to write some comments and things. That's the one thing that's the value of at a contest where players come and they get a comment from the judges, and all constructive, of course, of just a little bit some ideas of things they did really well and things that they could improve upon, and just some ideas that the judges in their expertise would like to share, and of course a word of encouragement just to pass on to each and every one of the contestants. They come here, they've spent time preparing their tunes, and they want to get up on stage and play their songs, which is wonderful. We're so fortunate they have done that. They've come today to entertain and also compete in a very friendly environment here. So let's welcome our next contestant, Zachary Willier, to come on up, please. Here he comes. Zachary lives in Edmonton. He's 13 years old, and he was here as well last night to entertain for our junior showcase, so thank you for that. And I see you've got 3 tunes written down here. Zachary, the Scan Waltz, Jimmy's Favorite Jig, and Whiskey Before Breakfast. All right, those are great tunes, and we're delighted to have you play them for us. Thank you. see you have the Centennial Waltz and the Short Bow Jig. And your reel is The Girl I Left Behind Me. Wow, thank you. It's all yours. All right. Let's have our next contestant come on up from Edmonton, Alberta. 13 years old, Mr. Caleb Hunt. Come on up, Caleb, and let's give him a round of applause as he steps on those stairs. There he is. Welcome, Caleb. I see you have Everett Larson's Waltz.
Yes.
And Stoltzman's Zig.
Yep.
And I think I'm going to pronounce this right. Le Rossand?
Le Rossignol.
Le Rossignol. Le Rossignol. I got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you just help yourself to the mic there, Caleb, and we're going to listen to your tunes. 13 years old, from Vegreville, Shade Selena Clark. Let's give her a round of applause. Yes, indeed. She wrote her middle name in here as well, so that's what I'm going to go with. Welcome, Shade. I see your tunes this morning are Gloria's Waltz, Glen E's Knot for your jig, and a reel called A Tad Shady. Wonderful. It's all yours. Thank you, Shade. Thank you very much. Well, our next contestant, I just want to talk a little bit about it because I noticed on her registration, she's 9 years old. And you might wonder why she wasn't in the previous class. And if you look in your official rules, it has a number 5 there that says, any player who wins in the same class 2 years in a row must move up one class or drop out for 1 year. And that's the case with our next contestant who has won her class the last 2 years. So she is required to move up into the next class and compete at that particular class event today. So let's welcome on the stage, 9 years old from Ardrossan, Alberta. Let's welcome Morgan Concert, please. Welcome, Morgan. I see your songs are written out nice and neat here. And you have the Gold Fiddle Waltz as your first tune, and then the Goldenrod Jig. And your reel is called Bruce Armitage. So we're going to listen to those three. Thank you. Haley concert from our Dawson, and she's 11 years old. Come on up, Haley, and let's give her a round of applause. There you go. Welcome, Haley. I see your tunes here. Clara's Waltz. And your jig is Stan Lennox First Change. And your reel is Rooster on the Fence. All right, great. Well, you just get close to the mic here, right on that X, and we're going to listen to your songs as well. I think the judges are good to go. All good? Thanks. There you go. Thanks, Haley Concert. All right, well, that's our class, the junior class. And wow, that's another special treat this morning to see that age group play their song so well. Let's give the whole group a round of applause for their efforts today. So the youth class is the same. They're going to play 3 tunes. They're going to play a waltz, jig, and a reel in that order in a 4-minute time limit. And they will be judged on intonation, timing, and style. And that's up to the judges to interpret that and know how that looks with a contestant with those 3 particular categories of judging criteria. And we'll talk a little bit more about that perhaps, but that's up to them. And I'll explain maybe a little bit as we go along today when we get into the finals of some of that, what they're up against and the things that they get to have them qualify for, etc. Okay, so in the youth class, which we were going to start here, it has 4 contestants in that particular class. And if the judges are ready, it's looking okay for this next class, thank you. Let's welcome to the stage Samuel Corey, please, from Red Deer, Alberta. Welcome, Samuel.
Oh, thank you.
Samuel's 17 years old, and you have a driver's license, I'm sure, by now. Getting close. All right. Well, I'm going to look at your waltzes here. The waltz you have is Don Messer's Memorial Waltz this morning, and then your jig is Tommy Sullivan's Number 1, and a reel called Shorty Pants. All right. It's all yours, Samuel.
One, two,
Thank you, Samuel. All right, let's have our next contestant come on up. Laura Wallbank, age 18. Let's make her welcome. I see Laura here. I don't have, where do you live?
Sturgeon County.
Sturgeon County, sure, that's great. Welcome. I see your waltz is Everett Larson's waltz. Your jig is Plymouth Lassies, and your reel is Andy Rusan reel.
Andy Roosin reel.
Roosin, that's better. Knew you knew it, I didn't know it. Thank you. It's all yours. All right, let's introduce our next contestant as the judges are finishing their notes. And now let's welcome from Leduc County, Rigel Borch, 15 years old. Welcome, Rigel. I think I can read it. Looks pretty good. Sydney's Waltz.
Nope.
No.
Manitou.
Manitou.
Yeah, I switched them. I'm switched. So I'm going
Yes.
Manitou Waltz,
Manitou Waltz.
Sir John Thompson,
Sir John Thompson's here for the jig.
and then Blue Mountain for my reel.
Blue Mountain
Hornpipe.
Hornpipe. Yes, Blue Mountain Hornpipe. All right. I think the judges are ready to go just in a second here, and we welcome your tunes. will be our final contestant in the youth class, and then we're going to take a break. And just a short break at that, because we have a few more contestants to get through in the preliminaries before we stop up for lunch. So it's going to be a quick little break, which I'll talk about in a minute after we have this next contestant. Let's welcome Matthew Salisbury, 17 years old, from Lacombe. Welcome, Matthew. Your waltz this morning is River John Sunset. Then you're going to play the Murray River Jig and St. Anne's Reel. Thank you. It's all yours. Thank you, Matthew. Well, that's the class, the youth class, ladies and gentlemen. They'll all be back for the finals. There was 5 possible placings. With the 4 of them, they're going to all be back for sure. So we'll get to see them again this afternoon. So let's give them a round of applause as a group of fine young fiddlers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2018 Grand North American Fiddle Championships in Radway, Alberta.